Another conspiracy theory about the Chinese coronavirus has found its way to me. This theory explains how China benefited from the pandemic. Take note that this is a conspiracy theory and that there is no way for us to verify the truth of what I am about to share.
Scene 1, the curtain opens, China becomes ill, enters a crisis and paralyzes its trade. The curtain closes. Scene 2. The curtain opens, the Chinese currency is devalued. They do not do anything. The curtain closes. Scene 3. The curtain opens, due to the lack of trade of companies from Europe and the USA that are based in China, their shares fall 40% of their value. The curtain closes. Scene 4. The curtain opens, the world is ill, China buys 30% of the shares of companies in Europe and the US at a very low price. The curtain closes. Scene 5. The curtain opens, China has controlled the disease and owns companies in Europe and the US. And he decides that these companies stay in China and earn $20 billion. The curtain closes. Scene 6, checkmate. 2 videos have passed between yesterday and today that convinced me of something I suspected, but had no basis. It was just my speculation. Now I am convinced that the coronavirus was purposely propagated by the Chinese themselves. At first they were too prepared. 3 weeks after the start of the roll, 14 days, and a 12,000-bed hospital was already under construction. And they really built them in 2 weeks. Awesome. Yesterday they announced that they had stopped the epidemic. They appear in videos celebrating, they announce that they even have a vaccine. How could they create it so quickly without having all the genetic information? Well, if you are the owner of the formula, it is not difficult at all. And today I just saw a video that explains how Deng Xiaoping gave the West a half stick. Due to the coronavirus, the actions of Western companies in China fell dramatically. When the price of each share of these companies fell down enough, China bought them. Now the companies, created by the USA and Europe in China with all the technology put in by these exchanges and their capital, have been passed into the hands of China, which is now rising with all that technological potential and the power to set prices. None of this could have happened by chance. China didn't care that a few old citizens die. Fewer old age pensions to pay, but the loot has been huge. And right now the West is financially defeated, in crisis, and is stunned by the disease. And without knowing what to do. Masterfully diabolic. It had to be the communists. Adding to this, they are now the single largest owners of US Treasury with a $1.18 trillion holding, surpassing Japan, an instrument that has seen the most rally. How come Russia and North Korea are totally free of COVID-19? Because they are staunch allies of China. Not a single case reported from these 2 countries. On the other hand, South Korea, United Kingdom, Italy, Spain, and Asia are severely hit. How come Wuhan is suddenly free from the deadly virus? China will say that their drastic initial measures were very stern and Wuhan was locked down to contain the spread to other areas. Why was it that Beijing was not hit? Why only Wuhan? Kind of interesting to ponder upon, right? Well, Wuhan is open for business now. America and all the above-mentioned countries are devastated financially. Soon American economy will collapse as planned by China. China knows it cannot defeat America military at present as it is the most powerful country in the world. So they used the virus to cripple the economy and paralyze the nation and its defense capabilities. I'm sure Nancy Pelosi got a part in this to topple Trump. Lately President Trump was always telling of how great American economy was improving in all fronts. The only way to destroy his vision of making America great again is to create an economic havoc. Nancy Pelosi was unable to bring down Trump through impeachment, so she worked along with China to destroy Trump by releasing a virus. Wuhan's epidemic was a showcase. At the peak of the virus epidemic, China's President Xi Jinping just wore a simple RM1 face mask to visit those affected areas. As president he should be covered from head to toe, but it was not the case. He was already injected to resist any harm from the virus. That means a cure was already in place before the virus was released. Some may say that Bill Gates already predicted the outbreak in 2015, so the Chinese agenda cannot be true. The answer: yes, Bill Gates did predict it, but that prediction is based on a genuine virus outbreak. Now China is also telling that the virus was predicted well in advance so that its agenda would play along well to match that prediction. China's vision is to control the world economy by buying up stocks now from countries facing the brink of severe economic collapse. Later, China will announce that their medical researchers have found a cure to destroy the virus. Now China have other countries' stocks in their arsenal, and these countries will soon be slave to their master China. China, creator of the pandemic, has miraculously recovered, has almost no more cases of coronavirus. The world is now beginning to feel the effects and panic about the disease. Who recovered first? China itself. It seems to be that this virus was a move by the Chinese government in response to the loss of the trade war with the United States. The goal: to throw the world into recession. Is the scenario not clear? They are already growing. China bought almost everything it devalued on the stock exchanges around the world. With that, the Chinese became owners of the global companies that are in China, and without the money leaving China,